welcome to Football, where we talk about, you guessed it, football, nothing but football. Behind us this evening we have a replay of Germany versus Brazil 2014 semi-finals World Cup. Germany destroyed Brazil, still 0-0 at this stage. I'm your host Boris for this evening. Let's start off with a couple of games that we watched over the weekend. First one, Hanmurg versus Bayern. Bayern were the better team, as you would expect. Lewandowski, Martinez, Coman, Alaba, great chances, unable to finish. Either too easy, straight at the goalie, Lewandowski couldn't keep his header down, Alaba's header straight at the goalie pretty much, Martinez's shot blocked by the defense. But overall Bayern dominated for most of the match. Hanmurg did have a few of their own chances throughout the game. Not clear-cut chances, but half chances definitely. No one really stood out in the game from either team. Nobody really took control of the game as an individual. Kimmich for Bayern, I actually like him from the World Cup. Seems to be, now he's playing midfield for Bayern, getting some goals too. Actually got the winner in this game. Impressive performance, still obviously 2021. Impressive young German. Most of them are these days. Probably the best country in terms of development right now. Brazil seems to be way behind for some reason or another. But back to the match. The best move of the match came in the second half when Thiago on a half volley, first time pass to Ribery down the wing. Perfect pass, exquisite. Straight to Ribery, ran down the wing, low cross, goes past everyone. Kimmich arrives late in the back post. Easy finish. He's been in good scoring form this season for Bayern from the midfield position. Perhaps Germany should have played him there instead of right back. Who knows? Might have done better in the Euros. That's over now. But that was the main highlight really of the match. Everything else, Bayern with some good chances, unable to finish. Hanmurg with some half chances, especially second half. Kostic's cross. Lasogga unable to keep his header down, perhaps should have done better. Bobby Wood, instead of going for goal, tried to find the teammate with a knockdown header. Probably should have gone for goal despite of being on a bit of an angle. But overall, as you'd expect, Bayern dominant, and they should have really won a lot more than one goal. On the steering, as they usually do in most of the matches. Besides the goal, the only other highlight was Ribery's pinching the cheek of Nikolai Müller right in front of the referee. What the hell was he thinking? Who the hell does that? What? Good little baby! Come on, Ribery, seriously. Got a yellow card as he deserved. Didn't really complain for it as he shouldn't. But overall, that was it. That was that, and the goal were the standouts of the match. Overall, probably rate the match with a 6, 7. I actually probably give it a 7 to an 8 as a neutral, entertainment-wise. Neither team really set back to defend. Both teams tried to attack. Hanmurg a bit more on counter, obviously having less possession, but they tried. When they had the ball, they passed the ball around. They tried to attack. I was pretty impressed, even though they're in bad form so far this season. Bayern's one of the world's best, obviously, and they still had a go, and gotta give them a shout out for that. A little applause, just a little applause. Alright, the second game we watched in full is Man United versus Leicester. I'm a Manchester fan. I'm not a Mourinho fan, but obviously I'm hoping United do good this season. Part of me, I wanna say the whole of me wants him to do good, but I'm really not a fan of Mourinho, so I'm always 50-50. I want him to win, and I kind of want Mourinho to fail, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it's somewhere in the middle, so they don't totally fail, but he fails enough so he gets a sack. My opinion, I don't like it. But let's get on to the match. Much better performance from United. A lot more enthusiastic, a lot more energetic. They were closing Leicester down all over the pitch. Quick, very quick to close them down. Leicester couldn't really get any momentum in the first half especially. Still had a few decent attacks, but nothing major from Leicester's point of view. So United, in that sense, dominated the game. The midfield looked much better without Fellaini in there. And to some extent, perhaps without Rooney, I'll get onto that soon. But for the most part, Herrera, Pogba, Mata were the driving force for United, without ever really creating many chances from open play. Yes, they won 4-1. In terms of chances from open play, does 4-1 justify the result? I don't think so, not in my opinion, no. They scored 3 directly from a corner. How often is any team going to score 3 directly from a corner in one match? How often? I mean, seriously, yeah. You can pretty much bet your house on most games it's not going to happen and you're going to win, become a millionaire just like that. So, from their point of view, 4-1, a little bit harsh on Leicester, but yeah, they fell asleep during the corners. Blink put in some good corners in there, especially for Smalling and Pogba, who attacked the ball beautifully, great headers. And the other one with Mata, nice short, Mata turns low across the box. Rashford's the quickest to it, bang, goal. Great, can't complain about it. There is a few points I want to bring up about the United-Leicester game, especially about United in general. A lot of people have been against Rooney this season. A lot of United fans are asking for Rooney to get dropped. I can understand that. He hasn't been in the best form for what, 3-4 years now. Probably even before Ferguson retired, he was not doing as good as he did before, obviously. So, okay, understandable. But is Rooney the real problem as a number 10? For starters, he's not really a number 10. He's a number 9. We all know that. The fact that he has qualities that suggest he could be a good number 10, and realistically he should be good at number 10, doesn't mean he will be. Whether he doesn't want to play there, he does his best but he doesn't truly want to be there, or whether, who knows, just the team around him doesn't suit him for that position, who knows. But technically with Ibrahimovic as the number 9, considering he drops very deep, often to get a touch on the ball, Rooney should be doing better from the number 10 as a shadow striker in a sense, running into space, but he also likes to drop deep. So that's the reason it doesn't really work, because him and Ibrahimovic are very similar in that sense. They both like to drop deep, get on the ball and pass it off and then move forward. So neither one is a pure number 10 in the sense, not like an Andy Cole was, or a York or Pippo Inzaghi. Totally different styles. So probably they're not going to complement each other in my opinion, not playing one up front, one behind. I think if they play the 4-4-2 with Rooney and Ibrahimovic up front together, I think it will complement Rooney a lot better that way, and then they can play off each other. One drops, one stays, and vice versa, and he would do much better. I think the biggest improvement for United was Fellaini was gone, out, didn't start. Thank God he didn't start. I mean, seriously, if you're gonna play Fellaini next to Pogba, and then Pogba is staying deep, while Fellaini is the one attacking probably more often than Pogba, seriously, it's either the manager that's stuffing something up with the tactics, or in his mind that's the advantage. But let's put Fellaini up front, because he's got a big head of hair, he's strong, he's physical, great for the Premier League, right? No. Not when you're a big team that should be playing proper football, not just kick it long to a big guy and hope he gets a knockdown header. No, that's not United way. It shouldn't be anyway. Mourinho way? Well, it's not even really Mourinho way, not in that sense. It's more counter-attacking, not stupid long balls to a dud, who realistically is good to be on the bench, or if you really want to use him, deploy him as a strictly holding midfielder. He is physical. He will get tackles in, he will break up play, so in that regard, give him the instructions to strictly stay deep, cover his back four, so the fullbacks can bomb up, Pogba can move forward, and Fellaini can do the job. Then, alright, maybe play. But, on the flip side, when you have Herrera, who's much better technically, much better passer, he has a lot more to offer than Fellaini. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? I mean, Herrera or Fellaini, come on, it's a no-brainer. Herrera any day. Next to Pogba, Herrera did a great job. He didn't go and attack too often. He stayed back. He let Pogba do his thing. That's why Pogba did much better than in previous matches. It's not because Rooney was out, not in my opinion. It's because Fellaini wasn't there attacking like a, who the hell knows what, like a freaking headless chicken almost, because he's not an attacking player. He did alright at Everton under Moyes, different tactics, but if you want to play proper football, passing game, you don't really want Fellaini attacking. Not how I wouldn't. Maybe you do, I don't know. Maybe Mourinho does, I wouldn't. So, my opinion obviously. So, Mata also helped a lot. He was the number 10, but he was dropping a bit deeper. He was going a little bit out wide at times. Great, but it's Mata, that's expected. No surprise there. He's an intelligent footballer. He knows how to pass. He's not the fastest player. He's not like a Messi-esque dribbler, but great technician, as a lot of Spanish players are. And Herrera. That's why they are very good next to Pogba. They can all complement each other, especially with Herrera's discipline and staying back. Even though he's not the, the normal or the big, most robust defensive midfielder or known as being the holding midfielder in their regard, he does the job. Ultimately, as long as you have somebody staying there, slowing down the attack, it's good enough. You don't have to be the best tackler or the strongest player. Just slow down the attack. Let the fullbacks come back, let the rest of the midfield come back, let your centre backs get in positions properly. That's it. You've done your job as a defensive midfielder. You held up the play, everybody's now back, it's done. Whether you put in a tackle or not doesn't always matter. You don't always have to tackle. Slow it down. Make him pass wide, make him pass back, and then your team gets organized defensively and it's done. Perfect. Job done. Now, Pogba did do pretty good. I still think obviously there's a lot more to come from Pogba, but he did good. Had a nice shot outside the box in the first half. Forced Zillery to a good save. Dipping, swerving shot. Might have gone in on another day, but good save. He did an exquisite chip to Ibrahimovic. Chest turn volley. You would have put your money on Ibrahimovic scoring that. Not on this occasion. Damn shame, because that would have been a beauty. Absolute beauty, but maybe next time he brought. So one player I think perhaps should get the drop for United is Lingard. I don't think he did much in this game. The wingers in general didn't really stand out. Rashford didn't exactly stand out either, but seemed to get involved a bit more. Lingard, at one time he was on the same wing next to Rashford and the right wing was just left for Valencia. So Lingard, I don't even know what the hell was he doing there. Chasing the ball. Does he want to play on the left? Who knows? Just bad positioning. At least if you're going to move next to Ibrahimovic as another striker and let Valencia attack. Don't just go to the other flank. What the hell are you doing there? It's like a lost little kid. Nah, not that bad. But the best thing he did, attacking wise, which is his thing, that's his position to attack, was a nice little turn inside and then lay off to Ibrahimovic, who forced another good save from Ziller. That was nice from Lingard, but it was straightforward. It was nothing special. Mata's goal. Now, Mata's goal was a beauty. Loose ball in the midfield, Mata runs back, picks up the ball, turns, no Leicester player around him, turns and drives at the defence. Passes to Pogba, Pogba chips to Rashford, I'm pretty sure it was Rashford. Might have been Lingard, but I'm pretty sure it was Rashford, from memory. Rashford with a little flick, Mata picks it up, and a nice finish. And that's what Mata can do when you put him centrally. He's been scoring goals even playing from the right wing, which, again, he's not the fastest, he's not a running type of dribbler per se, but he still gets into the right positions to score goals. He's an intelligent player. Number 10, he's even better. He can pass the ball back more, he can get on the ball more, and he can contribute a lot more. That's where he should be playing. Now, is he going to defend enough? Maybe not. You are Man United. Do you need every single player to constantly defend? At times, yes. At other times, you should be dominating possession and dominating the game. Therefore, Mata doesn't always need to defend. Big games, knockout competitions, stages in the cups, yes, of course, you drop him back. At home, to Leicester series, to pretty much most teams they'll play, you shouldn't have to worry about it. So, that's Mata. Great performance from Mata. In my opinion, probably, nobody really stood out particularly something special, but I'd probably give it to Mata in an attacking sense. Ibra he didn't really seem to get on the ball in the right positions enough. Usually he was dropping back at the halfway line, getting a touch and just laying it off just to get a touch. That's why I think a lot of people got excited after United won, 4-1. United's back. This is the United of old. Yes, in some ways. In other ways, not really. Again, 3 goals directly from corners. Only 1 from open play. They didn't really create that many chances from open play in general. Later, second half they probably dropped off a bit. You're winning 4-0 at half time. It's understandable. Maybe Mourinho could have brought in the subs a bit earlier instead of last 10 minutes. You're winning 4-0. The team's not really firing like they did in the first half, not pressing as quick as they did. Maybe put on the guys that need to prove themselves, they want to prove themselves. Perfect opportunity. The team's already winning, comfortable situation. You put them on, see what they have to offer. If they suck, bench them again or don't even put them on the bench. Don't even select them for the weekend. If they impress, well, then you gotta ask yourself a question. Do they deserve to play? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. One player doesn't deserve, Fellaini. Get rid of him. Put him on the bench, put him in the reserves. I mean, if you're gonna push Schweinsteiger to train with the under 21s or the reserves, Fellaini should be training with the under 10s. Simple as that. No questions asked. So, my opinion, obviously, Mourinho is the professional. He's the special one. So he knows better than all of us. We'll see. I don't think so. But he does. So there we go. He's got the job. We'll see what he does. From Leicester's point of view, the best highlight was Gray. He came on. It's a bit surprising that Mahrez and Marty got taken off. Leicester's heroes from last season. But the game was pretty much gone anyway, so why not put on a youngster and see what he can do? And he did pretty well. Scored a beautiful goal, possibly the goal of the match. Mata's goal was very good. Team play, nice little interchange of passes. But Gray, beautiful individual effort. Gets the ball on the left wing, cuts inside. The Lingard should know. Never let the winger cut inside. Show him the fucking line. Don't let him cut inside, especially that far in already. All you need to do, most players will cut in and probably look for the shot. And Gray did. Well done to the kid. Great goal. Beautiful. The hair, no chance in that one. Gray almost got the hair off again later on. I'm not sure if it was a 100% shot or it was looked a bit more hopeful. He thought he might catch the hair offline. The hair was equal to at that time. Good save. But the first one from Gray, beauty. Absolute beauty. But from Leicester's point of view, really, that was their highlight. For defending champions, the defense fell asleep in 3 corners. Well, even for Mata's goal, they kind of fell asleep. The midfield wasn't there. Now, whether that's down to Kante not being there, possibly. But in general, Mata just picked up the ball in so much space. It was unbelievable. You could have probably had a picnic for like 2 minutes and then gone for the run. But that's what happens. Unlike the champions, now they gotta live with the pressure, play with the pressure. We'll see how they do this season. It's a great story last season, but unlikely to finish in the top 6 this season, in my opinion. But who knows? Last season, nobody would have said they're gonna win it. Nobody thought they're gonna hold on to it, and they proved everybody wrong. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe Crystal Palace can win it this year. I don't think so. I did watch a couple of other games, first halves only, wrong decision ultimately, but did watch Inter versus Bologna first half. Inter started pretty poorly in the match. The defense, the midfield, was looking for long balls to Perisic, who's not the biggest guy. Either got offside or the ball was nowhere near him. He was getting a bit frustrated. Poor start for Inter. Kondogbia loses the ball at halfway line. Bologna goes on a counter-attack. Nice counter-attack. Nicely run by Verdi. Verdi, I think it was. Lays it off to Destro. Puts it away. Not a great finish, but he got past the keeper. It's good enough then, right? Of course. Although Kondogbia, I think, was hard done by. I do think he was fouled on the halfway line, but the referee didn't give it. Bologna took full advantage of it. Still a lot of work to do. They took advantage perfectly. And then Kondogbia got subbed pretty early, around the 28-30 minute mark, which is not very encouraging for any player, but proved to be really good for Inter. Nori, not sure how you pronounce his name, he came on for Kondogbia. After he came on, it wasn't specifically that he was dictating in the midfield for Inter, but him, Mendel and Benega started going towards the ball. They actually started wanting the ball. Before that, Mendel, Benega and Kondogbia were all just, so they didn't want the ball. If the defense has it, they're not really close to the guy with the ball. If the fullback has it, they're nowhere to be seen. There was a huge gap between the defense, and if the midfield was close to them, they were right next to them, and then the three attackers. There was a huge gap in the middle. Once Kondogbia went off, for whatever reason, the three midfielders started moving around a bit better, started wanting the ball, and Inter started passing the ball better. And obviously got on top of Bologna, and ultimately got an equalizer. Perisic with a nice volley, bit of an angle too, beautiful volley. And then Kandreva had another volley saved. It should have probably put it anywhere in the corner. It's a goal, but it was a bit too close to the goalie. Still a good save from the Costa, but Inter got on top. Then stupidly, I decided to watch Atletico Madrid against, who did they play against? Atletico Madrid against Deportivo. I wanted to see Atletico Madrid play. I haven't watched them in a while, so I wanted to see how they go. Honestly, the game was a bit boring. I mean, Griezmann had a good chance. He probably should have scored. He didn't. There was a couple of other chances blocked by the defense. For the most part, it just didn't seem to have much going on really. Some stupid fouls. The referee, I think, made some bad calls, and in general, nothing major was really going on. Atletico Madrid should have been in front in the first half. They did create a couple of chances. They did have one cleared off the line, but for the most part, it was just a bit bland for some reason. I don't know, just didn't really feel it. Didn't end up watching the second half. They ended up winning 1-0. Inter ended up staying in 0-0, so I don't know if the game was good in the second half. In terms of goals, obviously not really, but doesn't mean the game would have been boring, because the first half from Inter Bologna was actually pretty entertaining in general. Both teams were attacking, especially once Inter got on top. It was an entertaining match. I just wanted to watch Atletico. It was the wrong decision, and ended up watching the match in full. Next time I'll pick a match and I'll stick to it. I promise, guys, I promise. Now that's all the matches that I watched over the weekend. I'd like to watch a few more over the weekends, but don't always have time. Being in Australia, they are usually very late in the evening. There's one or two that start off early, but after that they're all 2 AM, 4 AM. So I can't watch all the matches. The replays next day, don't always have the time. But we'll see. We'll see. A few little things to discuss. De Bruyne from Man City, injured, out for 4 weeks. Can Man City cope without De Bruyne? You think so? Yeah. They have enough depth. Aguero's back. Sterling's been doing pretty good. I haven't really seen many City games except the Manchester derby, but from what I've read everywhere. Sterling seems to be doing pretty good. De Bruyne is obviously doing really good. Aguero's back, firing. So honestly, 4 weeks, they do have Tottenham next week or this week coming. So it's a good test. Good test, probably the biggest test in the Premier League for Guardiola. Well, he had the Manchester derby, but it's against Mourinho, come on. They were going to defend and they sucked at it. Well, that was a big test obviously, but yeah, Tottenham's going to be a different kind of test, I think. I do think Manchester City will win, but we'll see how they go. The other point, Cristiano Ronaldo. For me, the guy I love to hate. Not because he's shit, far from it, very talented obviously, great records, he deserves all the accolades he's got, except the Euros. Again, I won't get into it too much this time. If you guys want me to, I can discuss that in more detail in another episode. But yeah, he got subbed and he had a bit of a sook. I didn't do too much research online to see what he might have been saying. Honestly, I don't care what he was saying. The point is, the coach decides to take you off, you go off. You're not playing tennis, it's not a one-on-one sport, it's a team sport. If the coach wants you off, first of all, you come back from an injury, you have a big game against Dortmund coming up in the Champions League in 3 days. The coach wants to give him a rest, and playing against Las Palmas on any other day, Madrid would probably win that 5-0 anyway. Wasn't happening this game. Didn't happen this game. But, in all honesty, most times they will be winning the game pretty comfortably. So Ronaldo going off, having a sook, well, that's what Ronaldo does, isn't it? He sooks. If you don't pass the ball to him, if he shoots, it's great. If you shoot, it's ridiculous. It's like a fucking team sport, Ronaldo. Play like a fucking team player, you'll be much better than. But, again, let's just leave it at that for now. Otherwise I can go on a rant about Ronaldo and his accolades, or I should have put them under quotation, but his success in the Euros. Nah. If you guys want me to, I'm more than happy to. Not this time. Alright, let's have a look at what's coming up. The Champions League. I've picked 3 matches where I'm predicting scores. So we got Atletico Madrid versus Bayern in Madrid. I've gone for 2-2. Atletico don't concede many goals, especially at home. But Bayern's attack, well, they got some unbelievable players. I mean, Robben, Ribéry, Lewandowski. You got Coleman, who's not bad. Alaba from left back is actually pretty good in attack. Kimmich has been scoring goals from midfield. So I think they have goals in them even against Atletico in Madrid. On the flip side, Hanmurg did go off against Hanmurg. We'll see, not sure how long he's injured for, but he might not play, although they have Boateng coming back next with Martinez, so it's a like-for-like swap, although Martinez isn't necessarily a traditional centre-back, even though he's played there obviously many times. He's more of a midfielder. So we'll see. So I went for 2-2 in that game. Dortmund, Real Madrid in Dortmund. I've gone for a bit of an upset, I guess. I've gone for 3-2 for Dortmund. I've never rated Madrid's defense. Pepe has improved. Ramos, the centre-back, I've honestly never been for that decision. I'm a Madrid fan as well, as Manchester United and Milan. I guess I like the big teams, sue me. Anyway, but Dortmund's attack, they've been doing pretty good. I haven't watched them this season yet, but they've been getting goals. They got some young players. They're doing pretty good, scoring goals. Pierre Aubameyang, obviously. So I think they can cause Madrid's defense a lot of problems. So and being in Dortmund, I don't know if it's a really big upset, but being Real Madrid and being the defending champions, it will be an upset. So I'm going Dortmund 3-2 for that one. The other one I picked is CSKA Moscow versus Tottenham in Russia, in Moscow. I've gone for 1-1. Being in Russia, Tottenham is good. I like what Pochettino is doing with Tottenham. but they should win. But being in Russia, the weather or something might influence Tottenham, who knows? And just their experience in general, Champions League wise, they're not. It's pretty young team, so I've gone for 1-1 there. Away from home, a point. I'm pretty sure they'll be happy with it anyway. In Europa League, I've picked 3 matches as well. Schalke versus Salzburg. I've gone for Schalke to win 2-0. Could be more, but smaller team like Salzburg and Schalke, very good chance they're going to be a bit more defensive. So Schalke might not be able to break it down as much, and Schalke doesn't. Well, they got home to love, but they're a very good team, I think. But not the strongest team attackingly, so we'll see how they go. I've gone Man United versus Zorya. I've gone for Man United 3-0. This is the kind of game where the scoreline could really be anything. It could be anything from 1-0 to 5-0 to 5-1 or 5-2 for Man United. But I think 3-0. I don't think United is still quite firing on all fronts. They might start firing on this match and make me look like an idiot, but I still doubt it. And I went for Astana versus Young Boys. Well, Switzerland Young Boys and Astana from Kazakhstan. I've gone for 2-1 for Young Boys. Even though they're playing away, they should have more about them than Astana. Young Boys in Switzerland in general, Basel, they have some decent players usually. Astana, I think from Kazakhstan will probably be a bit too weak on this occasion, but at the same time as a 2-1, could be a 1-1. I've gone for Young Boys 2-1. We'll see next week how many of these 6 results I got right. From the 3 from Champions League, 3 from Europa League, and I've picked 4 matches from, well, I'll tell you now. I picked Bayern versus Köln. Köln. 3-0 for Bayern. Bayern's playing at home. They should be too strong, even though it's first versus third. Köln's had a good start to the season after 6 games, but Bayern I think is going to be too strong for them. They should win. Tottenham versus Man City, first versus second in the Premier League. Now this is going to be an interesting one. I've got 3-1 for Man City. Even without De Bruyne, I think with Aguero back, Iñárritu's been doing pretty good. Sterling's there. They still got Silva. They should be still too strong for Tottenham. But Tottenham at home, anything's possible. But Man City's been pretty good this season at the start, so far, under Guardiola. So let's see what happens. 3-1 to Man City. I've gone Roma versus Inter, 3rd versus 4th. I haven't watched Roma this season yet. The first half I watched of Inter, if they can play like they did the second part of the first half against Roma for most of the match, I think they should win. Again, I haven't watched Roma this season, so they're pretty good, and it is 3rd versus 4th, Roma's 3rd. I've picked Inter 2-1. Based on the 1 half I watched of them this season, so we'll see how they go. The 2-1 Inter. Man United versus Stoke. Well, again, I'm a Man United fan. I've gone for Man United 3-0. Stoke's had a pretty poor start, a bit unexpected. Hughes has been doing good stuff last couple of seasons with Stoke. This season, so far, pretty poor. I hope he keeps his job. I hope they give him time to bounce back. I think they can bounce back. Hopefully not this weekend, but the weekend after they can start bouncing back. So I've gone for United 3-0. So we'll see how we go. So I picked 3 Champions League games, 3 Europa League games, 1 from Germany next round, 1 from Italy, and 2 from England. Let's see how I go with my predictions. Might get none of them right, but well, hopefully at least get the winner right. Whether I get the scoreline right, that's pretty hard anyway. So we'll see how I go. Already 5-0 for Germany against Brazil. On that note, I'm Boris, your host. Thank you for watching Football. If you'd like to see more, hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you next week.